Namaskar and welcome to Bioaffairs. Today I'll be teaching you CLIA. CLIA is the chemiluminescence based immunoassay or chemiluminescence linked immunoassay. So as the name suggests, here you will be using chemical based luminescence. Luminescence in the sense light developed from chemicals. That's why it is chemical luminescence. And immunoassay means the antigen and antibody reactions. So this CLIA we will be studying today. Now this CLIA, the detection method of CLIA is the main factor here, because all the antigen antibody reaction is similar to the ELISA what you have read already. I've given in my classes detailed explanation about ELISA. So if you have not seen these classes, go and see that. I will give in the description box as well as in the I button. Now here the process of ELISA and CLIA are same, but the detection level, the process of detection is different in case of CLIA. CLIA is 200-fold more sensitive than ELISA. So what makes it more sensitive than ELISA? Now let's know that chemical based luminescence means there will be a production of visible spectrum of light, that is the wavelength lambda is equal to 300 to 800 nanometers of light. In this range, any wavelength of light can be produced through the use of chemicals in this procedure. So the light is produced due to some chemical reaction. Now what is the reason of chemical or the light production? So through a chemical reaction, if you excite an electron, it will transit to a higher state or the excited state, which will be downgraded to ground state gradually. So in this process of transition from excited to ground state, there will be production of light, and that light is detected by luminometer in case of CLIA or chemiluminescence. So luminometer is used for detection of light. So this luminometer is a robust instrument which will be detecting the exact amount of the light produced through these chemical reactions. So it measures the absolute concentration. Whereas in case of ELISA, it is a relative measurement, because it is the OD value, optical density or absorbance value. So it becomes a relative measurement of the particular antigen or antibody, qualitative or quantitative method. But in case of CLIA, it is absolute measurement. So that's why it is 200-fold more sensitive than ELISA. Okay, now we have to know that CLIA is it can be of two types, direct or indirect. In the direct CLIA method, we will be using chemicals directly to produce the light. So there will be no involvement of enzymes. But in case of indirect CLIA method, we will be using enzyme based marker, that is HRP, horseradish peroxidase, and the substrate will be luminol, which will be acted upon to create or produce the light. And AP is for alkaline phosphatase. You have read already all these enzymes in ELISA, I have told you. But here the substrate is AMPGG. Here the helper or the enhancer is H2O2, alkaline H2O2. This is the enhancer or the substrate which is in the presence of which light will be produced. Here also H2O2 will be acting as an enhancer. Now I will draw a picture to make you understand about the CLIA and the ELISA. Side by side comparisons, so you will not be confused with what is ELISA and how it is different from CLIA. Let's understand the image where I have drawn both direct ELISA and direct CLIA. Okay, So same thing happens. I will make you understand how same thing happens, but the detection level is different. So what happens in direct ELISA? Please rewind your memory and try to memorize that in the empty wells we first give antigens. What antigens? Serum antigens. If the patient is positive, antigen will be there and that serum will be positive and the antigen will be captured in the walls of the wells. So it is a single well. A single well I have drawn from the microtiter well plate. So the well will be captured by the serum antigen from the patient. Now you give a single antibody in case of direct ELISA, which is conjugated with enzyme, either HRP or alkaline phosphatase, whatever it is. Now you give the substrate, the enzyme will convert the substrate to chromogen, which itself is a colored product, and that is measured through OD value. That is the case of ELISA. But here the antibody is coated with same antigen was given, that is captured by incubation, and after that antibody is given, primary antibody. Now this primary antibody is not captured with the enzyme. Here it is captured with AE, that is acridinium ester. I have shown you indirect and indirect markers. So AE or acridinium ester is the marker for direct CLIA. So in this tagged antibody, when you put alkaline H2O2 upon the connection with or with the presence of alkaline H2O2, A will produce a flash of light around 425 nm light that will be measured in lambda value, and that is detected by luminometer. So I think you can differentiate the difference here. So here the direct or absolute light is measured instantly through this luminometer, while it is in ELISA it is a relative measurement of the color formation by the action of the enzyme. So that is why CLIA is 200-fold more sensitive than ELISA. And also I want to say that direct CLIA is more stable than indirect CLIA, because the color or the light formation or the production of light is much more stable, much more prominent to measure through this luminometer. Now I will show you direct ELISA in the comparison with indirect CLIA. So let's understand. Let's understand the indirect CLIA with direct ELISA comparison. So here what I have done, you can see that the antibody, which is in the previous case was AE tagged or acridinium ester tagged, now it is HRP tagged. Here also in the direct ELISA it is HRP tagged. So you will say it is the same thing, sir, why are you telling us like this, you are confusing us. It's not like that. The HRP here, the enzyme is same, enzyme tagging is same with the antibody, but the substrate here is luminol. It is a chemiluminescent substrate which will produce a chemiluminescence. How? In the presence of H2O2, HRP will act on luminol. So it will decompose the subject or the substrate to produce light. Around 435 nm wavelength of light will be produced of luminol activity, or the HRP acted upon luminol in the presence of H2O2. So this will produce the light and which will be detected by the luminometer. So here HRP was working with the substrate, suppose TMB, tetramethylbenzidine, which will be producing a chromogen that is color blue maybe, or measured by OD value. But here this light is produced and detected by luminometer. That is the difference. So here indirect means we are creating or producing the visible light with the help of HRP or the enzyme. You can use alkaline phosphatase also. So that is why it is called indirect CLIA. Okay. And also this tagging of antibody with HRP is much less stable than AE tagged antibodies. So it gives you, the AE tagged antibody give you more prominent result. I told you a few minutes ago that AE or RE tagged antibodies are more stable and the chances of degradation are very less. That's why HRP tagged antibodies will give you less prominent result than the. So direct CLIA is more efficient if you compare with indirect CLIA. But ELISA and CLIA both have some disadvantages and advantages. I told you already again and again that CLIA is more sensitive. But it's the down points are it is very costly process. It is a robust process to be used in a small scale or a rapid way. Where ELISA is less sensitive, less specific, but it gives you accurate result for the particular antigen or the antibody. So CLIA is no doubt it is a very efficient method, but still for some reason or the cost effective reason we are using ELISA for most of the experiments. So don't forget that CLIA is similar to ELISA principles are, but the detection method or the detection principle is different in case of CLIA. So I hope I am clear with this class. So if you have any doubts, ask me in the comment section. You can mail me, and thank you very much. If my classes are really helping you in your studies and it is really clearing your concept, and if you really like my classes, give a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel Bioaffairs. This type of subscription and likes give me the enthusiasm to prepare more futuristic classes for you guys, to make your classes more conceptual and clear your concept.